Hello, YouTube. We are live. It's the Horsemen Hangout. It is August the 25th, 2015. Summer's almost over, but we're here to chat a little bit about the previous couple days. Some pretty exciting things happened in the world of wrestling. It's really good to be back in front of YouTube with all my buddies here on the Hangout. Mr. Z couldn't make it tonight, but we are here with my brother, Mr. Rue TV. Hi, Rue.
It feels like it's been forever since we've all been together. This is like a family reunion, so to speak. Jesus, how's my creation doing? How's Mr. Lane doing? How the heck are you doing, Mr. Justin? Even though I spent an entire weekend with you in New York.
We'll talk about that too. But Stephen Page is with us. What's up, Steve?
What's going
There
on?
he is. And Mr. Lane Sir is with us live from Williamstown, New Jersey.
Hey, hello, y'all. Well, my name is Mr. Lane. I did the video on Instagram, and I'll do it again. I just got Madden NFL 16 EA Sports. It's in the game.
That was a pretty good commercial. Is that Odell Beckham Jr. on the cover there?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Right there.
Those hated New York Giants. Don't like those New York Giants. All right. Anyway,
I hate the Giants as well, so.
yeah, they can go screw. Yeah. My
They
clever-
beat Patriots on the luckiest catch in the NFL history, so.
yeah.
I got a sentence for the New York Giants. Bite my bed bugs.
But your bed bugs. Okay. All right. So I guess there's two things to talk about in the wrestling world. You got SummerSlam on Sunday, and then Raw last night. And I'd argue that Raw was better than SummerSlam. I'd pay to see Raw over SummerSlam. But I'll get your guys' take on that. First off, I want you guys to give me a grade for SummerSlam and your overall thoughts. You know, give it a an F, A to an F. I'll start with Mr. Rue TV.
Well, I mean, I don't think there were bad matches, but it just wasn't anything too spectacular outside of the main event, Brock and Taker, and Rollins and Cena, which both had crappy finishes in my opinion. So I'm gonna give the pay-per-view about a C plus. It's the like nowadays I don't get as frustrated as I did when everyone was paying $60. It's just part of the network now, so I don't get that frustrated. But yeah, C plus is my grade.
All right, Mr. Lane.
Well, I did watch a little bit of the pay-per-view, but I like I said before, when I was watching it with you guys, I was a little late to the show. I still say it was an incomplete to me because I didn't watch the whole thing. Otherwise, I would probably say a C.
All right, and what about the pizza we had? What would you give that?
Hey, I give it a B. It was great pizza, man. It was excellent.
Cool.
What kind of pizza did you have?
We had it was pizza from Pat's. It's like a kind of a local chain here in South Jersey. We had pepperoni and cheese. Your standard.
Now, now, if I'm correct or not, Mr. Lane was late because he had a bed bug problem or something.
Yeah, that's correct, man. I had some bed bug issues at my parents' house. I'll just get to the point of the story here on the Hangout is that we had a person that was coming in just to inspect the house. Potentially, they're supposed to exterminate the bed bugs tomorrow, and therefore my mom and brother are going to probably be spending the night here in my apartment. So, having said all that, it's a crazy situation, but I'm hoping these bed bugs are gone, and then I can hopefully move on with my vacation because I'm on vacation for 2 weeks, by the way. So I'm hoping to have a little bit of fun.
Mr. Lane, those bed bugs, I hope so too. Mr. Lane, you said those bed bugs are going to be exterminated. I know you've been dealing with them for the past few days now. Now,
Right.
Have you gotten attached to them to the point of when they become exterminated? Will you feel sad?
Not really, not at all, man. Because I've been trying. I've been doing some laundry, quite frankly, and I know I got to get some more laundry out of my laundry room in a little while after this show. So
So
I
quite
mean,
so you didn't name any of the bed bugs. You didn't name one
no, no,
Cliff
no,
or
no,
Larry
no,
or
no,
Larry
no,
the bed bug.
You're
no,
being silly.
no, no,
There was no bed bug
no.
named Larry that crawls out of your nose there.
Is that a bug or is that Sweet Pea behind you, Rue?
That is. Hey, Sweeps. That's Sweet Pea. Yeah, that's Sweet Pea.
Yeah, I
Sweet.
saw that.
And Fear Factor it up and eat some of those bed bugs, did you?
No.
They got a lot of protein and nutrition in them. Just so you can try it.
So I've heard.
All right, let's move on to bed. Move past the bed bugs. Let's get past. Come on.
All
This
right.
is serious shit.
All right. I was gonna ask you about that Piper thing, but we'll get into that later. Okay. So Steven, I didn't ask you for your grade for SummerSlam.
You know, SummerSlam, I was having some problems with my Roku. Shockingly, I don't know why. This Roku system kind of sucks. I don't know if it's my Wi-Fi or it's just a Roku, but from what I
It could
saw,
be your Wi-Fi.
yeah, I think it's my Wi-Fi. It's just I live in the country, and they say the Roku runs off of a stronger signal, and I don't think my network can carry it. And I think the network is more stronger in the city, so if I lived in the city, I don't think I'd have any problems. But from what I saw of SummerSlam, I'd give it a C.
Yeah.
Long. We didn't need 4 hours of SummerSlam.
It's weird because, like I said before, I would also say I'd say a C minus. The match it was weird. The rest.
Uh-oh. What happened?
Uh-oh.
Wait a second.
He got all cocky with his Wi-Fi problems.
Uh-oh.
Is he
It's
frozen?
better,
He is frozen. Mr. Justin.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is frozen.
Again. I don't know
Well,
what.
in any event, we were just talking about SummerSlam. We'll wait till he gets unfrozen. Everybody gave their grades, so, prior to SummerSlam, there was an NXT pay-per-view, and I saw Sasha and Bayley have an excellent match. Very, very, surprised me because I went into it not a fan of Sasha, not a fan of Bayley, and I thought that they really did well and told good stories. Started off a little slow. I thought it was a little telegraphed initially, but towards the end, man, those two girls tore the house down. They're going to be very big fixtures in the women's division in years to come, I'm sure, for the right reason. He just dropped it. We'll have to get him back in. Okay, but that was NXT. Does anybody have any comments on that NXT Brooklyn show? Anybody?
NXT, definitely. NXT, great show. Enjoyed watching it. I didn't have any, that feeling where you're like, man, I'm a wrestling fan, but what the hell am I watching right now?
Right.
Kind of like, that feeling like, why am I watching this? This is boring. I didn't have that feeling with NXT, and I didn't have that with SummerSlam, but I was kind of getting a little tired during SummerSlam just because it was 4 hours. But Sasha Banks versus Bayley, great match of the night. I thought it was actually better than, and I know this is weird to say, but it was better than the ladder match if I put it out there. I really enjoyed myself watching this match.
So you were saying it was better. So I'm sorry, Steve. So you're saying it was better than Finn Balor, Kevin Owens, in other words.
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
Mr. Lane, did you get a chance to watch the NXT Brooklyn show?
Yes, I did, and I have an opinion on NXT. SummerSlam, NXT. SummerSlam, NXT. But for the WWE
One more
Network,
time. One more time.
Our NXT, SummerSlam. But it both made the WWE some money. So, any questions, guys?
Oh, very nice, very nice. I like that. Just one last NXT note. It looked like Samoa Joe went over, I believe, and I don't know what they need to do with him, but he's been there for a few months now. He just needs to get involved in an angle. I mean, like, let alone be brought up to the main roster. They need to give him a strong angle.
I hate to interrupt you, but I think Samoa Joe is still finishing up some indie dates, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, is he? So
That's
oh,
why.
that could be why they don't commit to long-term stories with him then.
Yeah, I guess he got some sort of deal where he finished up. I think August was his last month of independent shows that he probably had booked. Probably middle of beginning of this year.
Right. Yeah. So let's see. Doesn't look like Justin's coming back. Let me send him a text message. I will send him a text message right now. Moving on, though, I thought Raw was awesome. I thought Raw was fantastic, and it was one of the few shows in recent memory that I really enjoyed. It was something that. Mr. Lane, wait a minute, Mr. Justin is back. So now that he's back, can you do the sound effect for the Raw? And I mean the NXT SummerSlam.
NXT SummerSlam.
Do it again 5 times in a row. Go.
All right, here we go. NXT SummerSlam. NXT SummerSlam. NXT SummerSlam. But it made the WWE a lot of money.
You got it.
Any questions there, Justin?
That was awesome. My computer just crashed for some reason. My computer just crashed, but anyway, I assume you guys were still talking about SummerSlam. I wanted to get into. I saw the NXT event there. It was pretty good. I've seen a better NXT specials, but hey, I'm doing a show. Hi. No. That was that was Miss Gina.
Hello, Miss Gina. Where'd she go?
Where'd you get the mail?
Well, we could do a virtual meeting with Mr. Lane and Mr. Gina for the first time.
She doesn't want to
Mr.
talk
Lane
wrestling.
Mr. Lane
Yeah,
and Miss Gina.
Obviously not.
You say hi, real quick?
Hi.
Hello, y'all. What's up?
Gina.
She made a painting. Oh, let me get this in color. Here.
Oh, nice.
Check that out.
There's a painting right there.
That's original?
Yeah, it's dark in here. I gotta turn the light on.
Bye.
All right,
Later,
bye-bye.
Gina.
You gotta go to sleep. And no, it's okay.
Well,
Yeah, I can turn it on. I can't see.
Well, Mr. Lane, Mr. Lane, that is sort of like the first face-to-face meeting with Justin's lady there.
Yeah, well, she's
Just
very
say first base
very
for
nice.
Justin's lady?
No, first face-to-face meeting.
Oh, I thought you said first. I thought you said Mr. Lane got the first base.
Yeah, go slap it.
No! Come on now, stop.
Oh, all right. I didn't know. I thought my brother was joking around with me again.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
Well, it was the first time I met Gina. That's the point.
Like you joke around
I
in
think that was her.
a Villanova bathroom.
I think. Okay. All right. I think that was her Horsemen Hangout debut. I think.
Yeah, excellent.
Anyway, I thought more stuff happened on Raw than on SummerSlam. The end of SummerSlam, it was a way to have the match end. It was a great match, but have it end without Lesnar looking like crap and Taker looking like crap, I guess. So.
Sorry.
But anyway, getting back to Raw, I saw like 4. Let's talk about some things on Raw. Number 1, who is this new Wyatt? I saw him. He's humongous. He's one of the largest men I've ever seen. He made Roman Reigns look like a toothpick. Can anybody give me background on where he's from? Is he an NXT guy? Where do they get him from?
Good question. I'm gonna have to look that up.
Well,
I read last night he was a former Tough Enough guy. It must
Really?
have been
I
season.
believe. Yeah, I know who he is. He was a tough enough contestant, I believe, but he was also in NXT, and they kind of kept him low key. He had some small matches here and there. He was never really, put in the spotlight, probably because they knew that they wanted him to become a Wyatt, so they really didn't want to give him too much spotlight or gimmick. But yes, he did work his way through the system, and now he is a Wyatt. They didn't announce his name yet, but he's awesome, man. I love seeing guys who look like they monsters. I mean, that can move. I mean, not just like Giant Gonzalez, do two moves, and the guy looked like he can move and wrestle, and he was big and imposing, and you don't see too many of those guys anymore on the roster. So, and he was, when the lights went off, the lights went on. He had the black lamb mask on. It was a great surprise.
All right, the guy's name, and I just looked it up on one of my websites here. His name is Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman, I think. Braun Strowman.
Braun Strowman.
Yeah, let me type in his name here. Give me 1 second. I'm not doing the boogie board here. Give me 1 second here.
Well, and Mr. Lane.
I saw they gave him a bear hug though for his repertoire. One of his moves, he bear hugged Dean Ambrose, so that was interesting. But he had a couple. No, I guess he did his finisher. Was pretty cool. Braun Strowman. There you go.
That's the name of the. That's the name of the guy according to the website that I just read. That's his name, basically.
Yeah. Cool.
Well,
it was cool. We all love Bray, but it's always good to like freshen up his storylines every once in a while and giving him, disciple, whatever you want to call him. I saw on the website they were calling him the Bray has a new black sheep, so I guess that's going to be like that won't be his name, but that'll be the phrase that they call. Oh, it's the black sheep. It's the black sheep. So. And that's a drawback to. Can I get a black sheep line from Stephen Page?
Oh.
Are you a black sheep fan, or are you just Tommy Boy?
What the heck what did Gary Busey say? Something about starting a small fire in your grandmother's panties or something like that?
Yeah.
I have a Farley black sheep quote, Stephen.
Yes.
That was.
It's two words. Ready? Okay, here we go. Kill Whitey!
That was great. I guess. Well, another thing we didn't talk about was the Chris Farley documentary. But anyway, let's stick to Raw here. I can Wyatt.
We haven't, had a show in a while, so.
Yeah, I know.
It's
been crazy.
Host, there was a couple other notable surprises on Raw. One being the return.
I was going to get to that, Ryan.
All right, go then. I thought you were going to forget.
No, I got them all here. So we'll get to the big one at the end. But I don't want to forget there was the Jon Stewart thing with Cena. I guess they explained, like, it was a pretty good explanation of why he did what he did at SummerSlam. It was a way.
He did Flair's.
Yeah, he's a Ric Flair guy, and Flair was like, I like Cena, and Cena just, gave him the attitude adjustment and all that crap, but,
I actually laughed my ass off when he hit him with the chair, so I was okay with it.
Yeah. No, Jon Stewart did a pretty good job, I thought, and he's pretty good on the mic.
I think he did a good job. I kind of thought the reasoning behind it was a little. I could just tell that it was put together, as Mr. Lane does his Spotted Owl impression, eyes in front of his face. You know what's going on there, but the reasoning that he gave during the promo for hitting John Cena was because he wanted to preserve Ric Flair's 16-time champion record, and he didn't want Cena to tie it or break it. I don't know. I just thought that was kind of like, couldn't you think of something better? Maybe like I don't know. Thought maybe Cena represented the downfall of entertainment. I don't know, anything. I don't know. It's just stupid. Like, records are dumb. I don't know.
Yeah.
Especially
anyway, that's not talking. I don't think we need to talk about this, but I do want to. I think what Mr. Lane was doing. Were you doing 3D?
Yes, I was. I was not doing John Cena. It was something.
You weren't doing a Spotted Owl.
Oh,
anyway,
brother, testify.
Wait, can we get it? Wait a minute. we did this before with certain people, but you guys can play the part of Canadians are overrated and that other Carlito guy. On the count of three, we're all going to do, oh, my brother, testify. Ready? One,
Right.
2, 3.
Oh,
Oh, my brother,
brother,
testify.
Steve on, get the table. That was cool.
Now
That was
a
definitely-
great. That was a major surprise last night when those guys came back. I thought that was beautiful. I thought it was a great moment, and they destroyed the New Day. I know they gave. I think was it Kofi Kingston that was put through the table, or was it
Yes. No, Xavier Woods, I think.
or was it Xavier? Okay, because I know it was one of those two guys. But point of it was they did a 3D on the table. The fans loved it. It was great. Great to see a legitimate tag team still in existence and is back in the WWE again. That's beautiful. You know, and I'm glad to see them back.
Over 10
Absolutely.
years. Over 10 years they've been
Yes. Yes.
That's crazy, you know.
They
It's
still-
crazy.
they look better now than they did back then.
going.
Yeah, they look great.
They do. And from what I hear, they're really good guys. So I'm glad they're getting the shot again. With
I
the
mean,
big-
Bully definitely, or Bubba Ray definitely looks in better shape than when he left, you know. I mean, if you watched TNA, you knew that, but he definitely,
Yeah.
and, you know, I guess they run a wrestling academy, which is pretty cool, you know.
yeah.
I
That's
wasn't almost 31 years old, maybe, you know,
Cool. Mhm.
might check out the 3D Academy, I don't know.
That would be cool. We'll create a stable. We'll all go and we'll do a stable. We'll train together. All right. So yeah,
Yeah.
that
Out in 5 seconds.
that happened. It was cool they did it in Brooklyn too, because you wouldn't. They would have got a good reaction other places, but in New York they got a good reaction, like they would have gotten Philly, same thing. But anyway, and the big thing at the end, Triple H and Stephanie were going to unveil a statue of Seth Rollins. They build it up pretty good. I really didn't think that it was going to be Sting. I don't know what you guys thought, but pulled off the unveiling, the drape, and it was Sting, and it was just standing there. It was pretty cool. Now let me get. I think it was very well done and it was cool. But one thing I don't understand is why Triple H just left the ring, and kind of was a scaredy cat. I mean, he beat him at WrestleMania, and it made him look like a what. I don't know. I guess I'll say what Rue's gonna say before he says it. Triple H, sorry Steve, should have gotten clotheslined by Sting over top of the rope, but Triple H didn't. I guess probably didn't want to look like that, so he just kind of stepped out of the ring. And then he beat the crap out of Seth Rollins. But I don't know, Rue, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, judging by the WrestleMania result, Triple H went over with a lot of underhanded tactics. You would think that when the day Sting comes back, which was last night, he would clothesline or go after Triple H. And they still could have worked it where instead of fighting Triple H, he got the match with Seth Rollins. By the way, I don't know if any of you heard, but after Raw went off the air, they did make the WWE title match for Night of Champions, Seth Rollins against Sting.
Woo!
They did
I didn't
make
hear
that.
Have a face
you know,
coming from Blake, maybe. I don't know.
but
Is that-
yeah,
is it
I don't
actually-
I don't like people cowering either. But I also don't mind Triple H looking weak because I really don't care about him. So I'm kind of torn on that issue. So, but great moment. I loved it. I marked out. I was giddy. I marked out. And good to see Sting back. And it's I hate that the argument is, well, Sting's in his 50s, and you'd rather see a young kid, but that just shows you that a guy from the the glory days of wrestling in his 50s still looks good and still gets just the biggest pop and is over way more than some of these young kids are. So that just shows you the power of character in wrestling and how fans care for a character. So
Mr. Lane, what did you think of the moment? Did you get goosebumps?
Well, the Stinger is back. And that's all I have to say is the Stinger is back. I don't know if he'll win the championship, but I'm glad that Sting's back. It was a beautiful moment that you couldn't see. But I'll get to a serious point here. Let me get this off for a second here. But anyway, they did a good job. The WWE, I thought, did a very good job of doing that segment of Sting. You know, it looked like it was going to be the Seth Rollins statue, but when you looked at it at first, it looked like an incomplete statue because the U.S. Championship was not done on that statue. I don't know if y'all noticed that, but the championship belt was almost complete, but then the United States, but the United States Championship belt was not complete in that original statue. This was like during the segment of Triple H and Stephanie, so that's what happened. So, will Sting win the championship? I don't know, but you know, I'm glad that this guy right here. Aren't you glad, Sting? Yeah, I'm glad you're back there, sir. I'm glad. Yeah, I'm glad that Sting's back.
I think out of all those surprises, the biggest shocker of the night was that Raw was actually an entertaining show. I can't remember the last time that top to bottom, even Miz TV, even though those girls can't talk, was still, something happened. Like, I like wrestling shows when something actually happened, where if you miss it, you miss something. It's not just like match after match after match, nothing actually happens. A lot happened, and that's the problem is every time that happens, every time they have a show like this, which is very, very rare, they never follow it up and have good show after good show after consecutive good shows. So I don't have my hopes up. I wish that they follow up, but I don't know if they can, and I don't know if they will. They have a track record of 10 years, over 10 years of crap, so I'm not getting my hopes up.
Well, during that Divas segment, if I may say something about that, I just hope you all read what I just typed there. They were chanting that during the Divas segment, and I'll admit I even commented on the Facebook page, and I'll just say this out loud here on the Hangout. Usually, when Team Bella, it doesn't matter if it's Nikki, Brie, or Alicia Fox. I mean, the point of it is when they wrestle, when they win matches, the fans are bored. They're really bored because it's so quiet, and I've said this. It's so quiet that you hear a pin drop. If you ever watch the Bellas win a match on Raw on television, or a pay-per-view for that matter, it's a very quiet crowd. It really is, and I'm just being truthful about it. But I'm glad that they got new blood. They got the new NXT divas in there. And just to counter also about the Sasha Bailey match, they did a kayfabe. They did a curtain call at the end of that show. I don't know if you all wanted to bring that up or not. They had their own four horsewomen in that. You had Sasha.
I saw a photo of that. Yeah.
It was Sasha, Becky Lynch, Charlotte, and Bailey. Those were the four horsewomen. I thought that was awesome. I thought that was great. Great stuff. And there was a sign right there in the back if you saw it. Watch it again. Towards the end of that match, it had four horsewomen. There was a sign right in the back in the middle of that ring. So y'all can watch that.
They call themselves that. That's what they called their group.
Yeah.
Because they used to travel together, yeah. I mean, obviously, yeah, I think they're just, I think that was something they did together. And then WWE found out about it, and now they're trying to. I don't know. I like Charlotte. Don't get me wrong, but she's got to be not Ric Flair's daughter. To me, I mean, they're trying to make her out to be. We get it. She's Ric Flair's daughter.
Absolutely.
Be Ric Flair.
So you're saying that she should have a different character, in other words, to get out of her father's shadows. What you're saying. I see. Interesting. But, the fans love Charlotte for that, though. I mean, it's pretty interesting. But now, with the four horsewomen, I thought that was awesome. I thought that was a very, very emotional segment right there at NXT TakeOver Brooklyn. I thought that was a very, very, very cool moment. So, I'll move on with that. Go ahead.
Rue, what is that?
Oh, I'll give you the Hummels under the bed.
Oh, is that the same one?
Yes.
Wow,
Yes.
I didn't know you
And I
still have
keep it
that.
on my desk here, along with a new picture that I have acquired from our weekend in Cooperstown here. Look at that.
Awesome.
All right, nice.
You got that framed already?
Yeah,
Obviously.
I got it at Walmart today. I got a cheap frame for $3, and I made a print for $2 at Walmart.
Cool.
You see
Big one for Dad.
Yeah, I
plaque
did
of the
actually. Yeah, I
Pedro
did.
Martinez? Did you see that plaque?
Yeah. Yes, I saw the Pedro plaque. I took a picture of it on my Facebook. It's cool. I respect Pedro Martinez. He was a former Philly. It was so awesome, though. Just the whole museum was really cool. And, they had a little bit of Philly stuff, a lot of Yankee stuff, but it was just cool as a baseball fan.
Unfortunately, they are the 26-time world champions or 27 world
27.
27, yeah. But no, it was cool to see all that stuff. And the town of Cooperstown was nice, little quaint town with a nice museum in it. So, guys, I actually got to go because I got to get up for work really early tomorrow. So I'm sorry to cut this short, but hopefully we can do it again soon.
And take note of Mr. Lane's reaction.
My name is Mr. Lane. I play Madden NFL 16, EA Sports. It's
Well,
in the game.
Listen, guys, I'm kind of fading too because I'm out of it tonight for some reason. I had a kind of a tiring day, so why don't we give our final thoughts and then we'll wrap it up. So, Mr. Host, you want to go first, and then we'll just give our final
Yeah,
thoughts.
sure. Oh boy, so many final thoughts. What can I talk about today? Well, I just wanted to mention something weird happened. Mr. Zorzi couldn't join us. Also, I should probably mention that Mr. Z, one of my best friends ever since I was in kindergarten, had a personal tragedy. He lost his dad. A very unfortunate, sad thing. I mean, his dad's a great guy, and we showed him a lot of support. So the Ant's doing better. It's going to be a long healing process, but Horseman strong, as I like to say. He's Horseman strong. We're here for him. He knows that, and he'll be back on the show before long. We just saw him watch SummerSlam and had a good time with him. And then the other thing I wanted to say is usually we have Josh Hinkle on the show, and I was going to invite him tonight, and when I went on Twitter to invite him, I did not find his handle. It appeared to me, I'm not sure if this was an accident or not, but it appeared to me that I was blocked from his account, so I don't know what that was about, but if you end up watching this, Josh, if you want to reach out and just let me know what I did to deserve a block, I'd be happy to discuss it with you over the internet, and we'll talk through anything you got going on. But anyway, have a good week, guys, and I'll turn it over to Steve for his final thoughts. Stephen Page.
I just want to say, again, thank you for having me on, like I always say. Anthony, I just want to say, I've said it on Twitter, but, I want to say it right here on the Horseman, we're with you. I've never met you personally, but I've, shared moments with you on the Horseman Hangout in the past year and seem to be, you're a good guy. And I just want to say I'm sorry for your loss, brother, and take care.
Awesome. Thank you, Steve. That was very nice. Rue, your final thought.
Echo the sentiments of everybody to Z. I let him know that numerous times, and I feel the same way. You guys, nice tribute. Speaking of tributes, we haven't really had a live hangout since Roddy Piper passed away, so I just wanted to say a few things to the Hot Rod. Such a sad situation, man. And when somebody like Hot Rod passes away, it really doesn't feel like they passed away because he was so full of life and energy and just such a great human, man. And he meant a lot to the business. And I look at him in the same class as I realize Hogan is erased now, whatever. But I look at him in the same class as Hogan, The Rock, Steve Austin. any of those top guys in the business, because if it wasn't for Roddy Piper paving the way, nobody would have the success that they do today. And he was such an influential guy, and such a sad ending. But his legacy will live on forever. One of the first guys that I ever saw when I started watching wrestling, I know Justin, he was one of the first guys you ever saw. Awesome character, awesome promo. If you can do him justice, I would say everyone go and watch some of his old Piper's Pits. I was, looking through the archives. Go watch some of those things from 1986, 87, one with Frankie Williams, the Jobber. You're going to laugh your ass off. You're going to be entertained, and you'll just end up loving Roddy Piper, as I have for 30 years. So rest in peace, Roddy. I'll miss you a lot, and it really is the end of an era with Roddy passing away. Very sad.
One match to watch.
What's that?
Roddy Piper. I would say in one match that fans should watch if you don't know Roddy Piper, is the dog collar match that he had with Greg the Hammer Valentine. I would say that. I found out.
I agree with you, Steven.
That was the first match that I watched. I queued it up on the network, and I watched that many times in my life.
Yeah, it was the dog collar match in NWA that he had with Greg Valentine, and that's all well and good. And he was awesome in the ring. But I want to add, and I said this on Vince Russo's Brand Speaks, if any young wrestlers are getting into the business, they need to stop watching, and if they want to make money, they need to stop watching New Japan Wrestling and start watching Roddy Piper tapes, because that is how you make money in professional wrestling. And learn from Roddy Piper, not from someone who just does triple jump moonsaults, because Piper was everything, man. All right, that's all for Piper. Anybody else have final thoughts?
Well, I just want to, I'm glad to see that Z's doing all right. We got a chance to reunite together, this past Sunday. Just hopefully Z's all right. My sympathy goes out to the Zorsi family, like I said before, on a private message. But I mean, all the sympathy goes to to their family there. SummerSlam, it was fun. It was very fun. First time I got to Justin's house there. I mean, it was a little bit of an adventure, but I was able to make it. So, but I thank you very much for inviting me. I appreciate it.
Glad you can make it.
But it was great, and I thank you for inviting me tonight. I was wondering if we were going to do the show tonight, so I'm glad we did, and I'm hoping that the bed bugs at my house are done.
Yeah. If they're not done, give them a big leg boot.
Host. As we leave the show, I know you got to go. I got to go. To end the show, can we have Mr. Lane cut a 1-minute promo on the bed bugs? Go. As Rusev Lane, cut a promo on the bed bugs. Go.
Rusev Lane against bed bugs. Rusev will crush bed bugs. It doesn't matter. Rusev will crush him. Because tomorrow, bed bugs will go bye-bye. It will be fire with bed bugs. We will set it on fire with heat, and the bed bugs will be gone.
That was awesome. Well, best of luck with the bed bugs, Mr. Lane.
Thank you.
And I will talk to you guys. Hopefully, since it's summer's ending and fall's coming around, hopefully we'll have a show every other week, every week, depending on what happens and our availability. But I'll let you guys know how that works out. So.
Okay.
Thanks for coming on the show. Everybody have a good week. Right on. Talk to you guys later. See ya.
Woo!